What's going on, YouTube? I just wanted to make a video today talking to you guys about the current state of Overwatch and my current feelings on it. Now, I've actually been quite frustrated lately while playing it, although I did hit 4.15 today, 4150 SR after being placed at a measly 3900 like all the GM players were. I'm actually a really big fan of that system, by the way. I never liked the fact that someone could just not play the game and just retain 4500 SR. Now, I know they've had decay and such in the past, but, you know, people would just not play on their alt accounts or Smurf accounts. You know, I'm talking about really, really high ranked players, and they would just play right at the end of the season and just place 4,500, play 17 games or whatever, and then just stay 4,500 for the next season. And then they would do this for like 8 straight seasons. So I'm really glad what they did there. It doesn't bother me at all, although a lot of people don't seem to realize that it's just SR and it's not your MMR. So a player like that has like 4.3k SR MMR, you know, they're going to shoot up to 4.3 SR very, very quickly. And there's nothing wrong with that, of course. I'm a big fan of the system, like I said. But the main reason I wanted to make this video today was just to share my thoughts about McCree right now, because I feel like this hero right now in the current meta is just really, really bad. I've been playing McCree for a really long time, and he's always kind of taken a back seat to the other meta heroes. Slowly over time, the hit scan in Overwatch has felt its power just slowly drift away. And I feel like right now we're at like an apex of that with double shield almost every single match, it feels like. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I play against Sigma and Orisa or Sigma and Reinhardt every single game. And those two, I've always hated Orisa. Even before Orisa was meta, I was on the hating Orisa bandwagon so long ago. And Sigma is probably my least favorite hero of all time, which is saying a lot. It really is saying a lot, because if you guys watch the stream, you guys know that I absolutely hate Brig. I hate Moira. I even hate Lucio. Who hates Lucio? Nobody. I do. I don't like heroes that get really, really high value and take almost no skill at all. Mainly because I don't think Overwatch is that complicated of a game. You know, it's very arcade-like. It's very plushy. It's very big hitboxes. 6v6, you know, pretty much just one lane at a time. It's a very straightforward game. And I do feel like at times Overwatch rewards a player who knows what's going to happen far too much, where you'll have a Brig that will just hard focus a Tracer because they know the Tracer's going to flank, and then the game rewards that Brig player a lot for simply knowing the Tracer's going to flank, you know? Well, obviously the Tracer's going to flank. Anyways, that's kind of like a different topic altogether, but, you know, having to deal with Brig and Orisa, which I hate, and Sigma, which is probably my most despised hero of all time, it's just a lot on McCree, because I don't have the advantage against either of those heroes at all. Even Brig, you might say, oh, well, Brig has no range. You could just shoot her from range. Here's the thing. The Brig just goes around a corner and then presses E on her teammates. And then that's all her value right there. She's being a good teammate. I have to fucking hit headshots, use my flashbang correctly, use my roll correctly. If I overextend for 1 millisecond, I get slept, antied, Sigma rocked. Genji Shuriken fucking does what? 1 million damage now. Dead. Instantly. Done. And then, you know, on other heroes, you know, you have a really good ultimate. Let's take a Genji, for example, right? You could just feed an int, and then have a really good nano blade, and your team loves you again. Just like that. Or a Sombra, who appears to just do nothing in between team fights. Hey, you know what? You get a big EMP and your Ryan gets a big Earth Shatter. Boom, everybody loves you again. Yay. McCree? Nothing. He has almost no ability that can redeem him like that. I would say his only redeeming ability in regards to that is his ability to flashbang and kill a Genji who's Dragon Blading. But even then, think about how much more skill that takes than so many of the things in the game. McCree, with his damage fall off, think about how much more perfect you have to be than so many other DPSs and how big of a disadvantage you were at without double shield being run every game, right? Even before double shield was meta, McCree wasn't an amazing hero. You know, you saw players like Calvin moving away from playing McCree a long time ago. You know, players like Pine and such. You know, McCree fell out of the game a long time ago, and the game has just continued to trend away from McCree for the longest time. Where McCree now, I personally, and if you're like a Grandmaster McCree player, you probably agree. I used to go to McCree knowing I'm at a disadvantage, but I know that when push comes to shove, I can hard carry with this hero, right? Like if I'm having a really good day, I could really carry. I can hit long range headshots and maybe get some picks that maybe I shouldn't get on most days. But if I'm having a really good day, I can hard carry on McCree and do a lot of crazy things by hitting long range shots. I feel like those long range shots now have completely evaporated because, like I said, Orisa Sigma, meaning you can't off angle anything. And you can't, and Orisa is going to be spamming her fusion cannon, whatever it's called, the whole time. So you have projectiles flying back at you. And then you have Sigma, who doesn't even have to hit you with his shots. He just has to shoot near you, and his little bullets or whatever explode near you. And for a 200 HP squishy hero that's supposed to be a DPS to carry, right? Those Sigma shots, if he just hits you with two of them, like 2 consecutive bursts of those shots, you have like 100 health left. You're done. Like that's it. You can't do anything now. You have to get healed. So it's just like your play potential on McCree. If a Sigma just looks at you, you're immediately smothered. And then, say for example, maybe the Sigma ignores you for one moment. An Ana will shoot you, right? Or a BAP. A BAP can easily outduel you. Like long range, an Ana or a BAP. Think about a really good Ana. If you guys have played against like an Ana who's like smurfing, right? They can like DPS you across the map, like just 3 shots. Boom, boom, boom. And then you get around the corner and it bleeds out. And then you die to an Ana in 3 shots. And then you're there on McCree, a DPS hero, where if you shoot the Ana that's shooting you, like you would have to hit like all headshots. And all she has to do is just hit 3. That's it. That's it. That's just one example, once again, of the game just being against McCree. And no redeeming factors. The thing that motivated me to make a video about this topic is McCree's role right now in the game is so niche. Basically, if you have like an enemy composition that has a Tracer, a Genji, a Hammond, you could pick a McCree there and you could know confidently that he's a good pick. But even then, you're basically just a niche pick. Into a comp like Double Shield like this right here, McCree is essentially a throw. I know what you're thinking. Like, whoa, Bor, that seems a little crazy. He's not a throw. I honestly think he is. Some of the moments that I've had, and I'm going to show you one at the end of this video. I'm going to stop talking and just play the VOD from this video where I'm on McCree and I live. And in any other meta or like last year even in Overwatch, I would 100% at least give my team a chance to win. But in this current meta, with the way that the healing is and the Ana nades and the fucking Brig armor and Brigs just existing around a corner, never peeking you. You know, if you roll towards the Brig to play aggressive, they just have a shield in front of their face. That's kind of weird if you ask me. Why does Brig just have a personal shield? No other squishy has that, right? Like you just get a shield in front of your face. Oh, okay. Like, you know, BAP, you know, he has to use Immortality Field, like a big, costly ability to keep himself up. Brig, you just put that shield up in front of your face. That's a little ridiculous if you ask me, and I'm really sick of Brig. I can't believe that they nerfed her. Like right now, it's July 10th, right? They just nerfed Brig. And today I played Overwatch for 4 hours. Every single game, I think there was like 1 or 2 games where I didn't see a Brig. I'm not even being dramatic. That's how out of control that hero is. And that's how out of control the hero is always going to be, because Brig is not broken on a technical level. Brig and Sigma, they're broken on a fundamental level. Those heroes are either going to be busted and overpowered, or they're going to be unplayable and unpickable. And if you know Overwatch's balancing philosophy, Well, that just can't be a thing because they want everybody to be able to play whatever hero they can at all costs, no matter what. And you know that's true. That's why they mess around with Torb so much and Symmetra so much, and they mess around with Brig so much all the fucking time. Because no hero can be completely unplayable. No matter how fundamentally or philosophically broken that hero's design is, they must tinker and tamper with it until it can be played in almost every scenario. That's why they gave Symmetra her ridiculously overpowered wall, is because if you were on attack or if you were on defense, no matter if you were doing fuck all on offense, if you got that ult, you could put that wall down and your team could just walk to the point, you know? At least if you had a Symmetra 1 trick on your team, she would be able to press Q and get your entire team to the point without taking almost any damage at all. Because that ultimate, that Symmetra wall, is one of the most overpowered ultimates in the whole game, in my opinion. It's so strong. A wall that's nearly indestructible. Like, I've seen it broken like 2 times my whole life in a real game. It's almost indestructible, and it covers the whole map. The thing is, everyone's just okay with that. Like, that just goes to show you how ridiculous things have gotten in this game since the game's release. Like, as players, we're just okay, and we're not absolutely perplexed at the idea of a wall spanning the entire map. That's kind of Overwatch in a nutshell, how ridiculous it can be and how conditioned we as a player base have become to just accept these things. Now Sigma's in the game, and now Brig is in the game, and it just gets to be a lot, you know, as the DPS hitscan player that's been here since the beginning, you know, to see the game just trending further and further away from hitscan. Like, one of the things that made Brig overpowered when she first came out was that she was like a tank, healer, paladin, like CC all in one, right? She did like a bunch of things all at once, right? And that's the thing about GOATs. It did everything all at once. I'm talking about in terms of the team composition. You know, it had everything that you needed all at once. And that's kind of the thing that became really overpowered in Overwatch, when players figured out that you don't have to actually have like really specific DPS if you just have overwhelming sustain and an overwhelming health pool, right? Because nothing else matters at that point. And that's essentially what they created in Brig, was just like a walking goat. You know, if you took the GOAT's comp and you had to put it into one hero, it would be Brig. And it's the same thing for Sigma. That's what Sigma is now too. If you just, he's so well-rounded and just does so much that it's just, it's too much. These heroes that do absolutely everything. A hero like Soldier does absolutely just one thing, and McCree does pretty much just one thing. But all these other heroes now just do every single job. And look at this clip here I wanted to show you guys. This is my team. You know, there's like a minute and 30 left, and you know, here I am on the Cowboy with his 6 shots. Got to reload them. And the other team isn't even playing the double shield, but it just goes to show you, imagine if they were playing the double shield here, how ridiculous it would be. Like, I just got to pick. I forced the recall here on this Tracer, right? This Ryan gets to push up. There's Zarya used bubble. I'm spamming the shield, you know, like a good DPS does now. That's our life. This is 100 charge Zarya flanks. And then goes back. Uses her secondary bubble again. Pushes. We get another pick. And I've almost died twice now. And I haven't even been aggressive. And I've almost died twice. And here I am with my shitty little pistol, trying to make this work somehow. I get nanoed. Fan the hammer nano. Fan the hammer nano again. A third fan the hammer. Still nothing. Still nothing. Another fan. Why not? And now, you know, pushing up. Another Zarya friendly bubble on the target that I'm looking at. Hit. Another Zarya friendly bubble on the fucking target I'm looking at. I use my high noon. Still nothing. Still nothing. The Ryan gets slept. Here's my little shitty little pistol. Bing, bing, bing. Get the beat. Headshot. Zarya bubble forced again. Headshot, headshot. This shitty little gun I have, this little revolver. Push in, kill this Anna. Back up, hit the stun on the Rhine. Kill the Tracer. Shooting the Rhine again, another high noon. And look at, still, once again, the Brig just walks out into the open and just takes my high noon, just like that. And that's just how McCree is right now. That clip sums it up so perfectly. You just can't do anything now. Nothing. And that's just the life of a hit scan in the current season. Maybe it'll change next month. But right now, I just want to warn you guys, be careful when you're picking McCree. Because he is always going to be punching up. Just remember when you pick McCree, be careful. That's all I'm saying. Because he's really not that good. And no one ever asks me to switch. I don't think they know how bad he is.